We here have Lina who's a professor at Chalmers University of Technology, who has just been a part of the Nordic Wind Power Conference, and we have some questions to her to follow up with. And our first question is to describe Chalmers' involvement in the wind power industry.
Chalmers has a large involvement in the wind power industry. One of the large activities that was initiated last year was a new technology center, which has the purpose of promoting the industry, actually existing industry on the West Coast, and try to connect their different contributions to create a wind power system. And Chalmers is hosting that center. So that's one activity. But we also very recently got funding for a new research program that's on wind power also, and it's focusing on offshore DC solutions, where we work both on the generator side, on the DC-DC converter side, and also on the grid connection side. So we work on different aspects. We also work with the flow dynamics, with mechanical issues, and optimization issues also on wind power.
Yeah. If you are a wind power owner and you are in the position to buy a new CMS systems for your turbine, what are the three most critical issues to consider?
Condition monitoring systems is a tool. I think it's a very efficient tool trying to support your planning or maintenance. And I think it's a solution to do efficient maintenance planning strategies. There are some challenges, and I think one of the large challenges would be to how you would use the data, basically, that's coming from them, and how you would organize plan the organization around it, the people you would use, and how you will extract the data, basically. But just for three, so that's two, and. The third is how you would get access to information, because that's also one. To have good contracts and agreements, because when you do the investment in the CMS system, I think as a utility, it's very important to get access to your data, your own data, so you can make the planning.
Which problems do we have with the current CMS systems on the market?
I think one of the challenges with the current condition monitoring systems is that we don't really have developed yet the system to use the data from them. So I think that's one of the challenges, how we can extract the models. And that would basically be develop tools that's connected to the systems. And another would be to find efficient solutions to gather the data and to make judgment on it. That's efficient if you have a lot of turbines. So it will be fast, and also you can coordinate the different turbines. So that are some of the challenges. And also the issue I work on, the reliability issue, there's a lot of challenges not solved yet on how you can relate the information in the data, actually, to relate it to the condition of the component. That's a really interesting research question that's not solved.
Also, if you want to build up a completely internal organization and doing the analyzing of the CMS data within your own organization, what would be a critical point, or how many turbines do you need to have to make this organization profitable?
It's a different question to make an assessment of the benefit of having your own organization to analyze the data. I think it would very much depend on if you're an offshore or onshore wind park, for example, and also the size of the turbines. Because it would be a difference if you have a large volume, for example, how you could coordinate the data, etc. But I think in future, the most critical would be to maximize availability. So you need to have very sophisticated system to predict possible failures. So I think it's a good investment to have very good expertise on to handle that. But a number is of course very, very difficult. But what I would promote is to try to assess it, to try to do some kind of life cycle cost analysis to really see what could be the possible benefit if you have the information. But I strongly think that it is worth to have the expertise, some of the expertise in-house to do sophisticated decisions.
Then I also know that you're involved in the different grid issues, and this conference has been about operations and maintenance, and then the grid issues is different. But when just having you here, I'm also curious about what's the three main challenges regarding grid.
Grid issues is another very important question related to wind power. One main issue is related to the amount, actually, of installed wind power generation, because if we look at the electricity power, the power system, we need to have a balance constantly between the production and consumption, and that will be a larger challenge when we have intermittent, more electricity production. So that is one of the challenges. Another very big challenge with the wind power is the regulatory models and how you will, who will pay for the investment, and how we can change the market perspective, basically, so it will be beneficial to do the investment, and who will pay for the infrastructure and so on. That's another issue. And then maybe I should also comment on the technical issue, because the power system, most of our power system is AC, 50 hertz today, an AC system. So we don't want to disturb that system by connecting the resources that's not related. So it's a challenge actually to connect it, where there are different developments on that. So that's another challenge to connect it and fast be able to isolate when we have failures, etc. And there we have development of DC systems also to make the connection more cost efficient, because it could be long distances, etc. So there are the connections basically, and the regulatory models and the balance. That will be the three issues, I think.